Hey, yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk. Thanks for tuning in. And welcome back. On this episode, we have me in my 252U Tier 9 Russian medium tank and a 510 on Paris. Spawned in on the west side, and I'm going to show you basically Paris has not changed at all. I'm going to come in here and use some of the side scraping ability of the 430 version 2. The defender is over angled as he comes around here. I'm not shooting heat, so I'm not going to have any issues really with the tracks right there as far as the heat being eaten. Again, he comes out here over angled, and I'm able to put it up in there into his weaker side armor. He's getting hammered by, I think, the Conqueror right behind me as well. Bait a shot, put another shot into him on the side. This was probably not a great idea because I think he would have out-reloaded me, and fortunately the Conqueror ends up killing him right there. So we get rid of him, and I'm going to come up to this corner, and pretty standard. If the enemy team is passive, they're all stacked up in this corner. They didn't send enough guys over here to get any kind of crossfire, so we're not worried about anyone over here. We're not worried about anyone maybe even here. The defender just died. There's nobody poking around here, so we basically can hang out here at will. That statue right there with its base is a problem. The Conqueror's coming around and trying to get shot, so instead of getting in his way, I'm actually going to change this fight and go around this way. Got a couple side scrapers down here. I'm just going to go around the back of the 1000.01, and sometimes you've just got to accept a shot in order to get to a better position. So I'm going to come up here and get right up in their face. ST1 fires. A little bit problematic here because you can see how that slope backs off right there when I side scrape, so not completely ideal. I thought I might get pushed based on what I was seeing, and they might have been smart to do so, but the good news is I've got so many guys back here hitting them. I'm going to wait for a little bit here, and now I'm going to move up even a little closer. Now I can work more of this flat area. Got the IS-3 there. He's looking the other way, and oh, by the way, we've got guys coming down the road behind him. And once they start getting turned around there, they can't really pay attention as easily to everybody. The ST-1 is going to back up, look for a shot, so that's going to give me an opportunity to shoot him right in the side of the turret. I've switched over to heat for the heavy frontal armor of the ST, and relatively heavy for the Tier 10 or the T10. Come in here and kind of accept a crappy shot right there. End up getting a crit. He shoots, and that's my opportunity. They're really getting swarmed at this point, so I push up into him. T10 goes down. I've got a T54 here. Didn't realize this guy was actually shooting heat. He gets me for 144. I hammer him. I think I bounced this shot, actually, unfortunately. Yeah, I got up into his upper plate, so I ended up bouncing that. And down he goes. Sometimes when you push into people aggressively in a medium like that, it's really kind of one of those lead the way moves. You drag the rest of them along, especially when the enemy team's turrets start turning around. And those guys coming down the road initially was the big impetus for us to be able to do that. And then I just follow up and get aggressive. Come in here, we got a E75 sitting here. Initially I was going to park up behind him right here, and I said, you know what, let me leave room for everyone else to get shots. And then this guy does that, and I'm thinking, you little so-and-so. Basically just blocking that good back armor for anyone else to shoot. Very irritating. Come around here. Shot on him, take the ram damage. Always ram RHMs, they're just so light. This time I don't back off. After that guy did that, I'll take what I can. And I know the other two are back in this corner. I'm going to come screaming around this corner and maybe make one miss, or ideally they're looking the other way. Unfortunately, they're both kind of looking this way. And I actually get tracked. Oh, it was the Conqueror. I didn't notice that. My Conqueror friend actually hit me. That I didn't notice that in the replay. I thought it was the WZ or maybe the FCM that had stopped me from coming around the corner, and it was my own buddy, Master and Chief. Thanks, dude. Thanks for blocking the damage potential earlier and then tracking me. That's fantastic. Oh, and he's shooting HE. Look at that, 140. All right. Sometimes after a view or two, you notice some of these funny things that happen in the game. Pretty much a face stomp, obviously, in here. But as far as Paris goes for how you fight it, it's essentially the same. I haven't been out into the field too much. Once I start playing my lighter tanks again after I get done grinding the 430 version 2 and the T10, I'll pick up the scouts and start looking around at other places like that. Try to give you some kind of idea of how they fight. But as far as the heavy brawling area down there, it's basically the same with some very small minor changes that really don't matter. All right, guys, I hope you liked what you saw. I hope you learned something along the way. As always, keep supporting the channel, and if you've got any of those good replays, send them on in to me, and we'll either feature them or I'll do a replay analysis if that's what you want, and we will see you.